So hello everyone, this is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So in this channel we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are traveling to different cities and we are conducting offline interviews in their office locations, and we are also conducting online interviews across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today right now we are in Rajkot, and right in front of us is Miss Anita Doshi ma'am. She is a founder of a preschool over here. So welcome you Anita Doshi ma'am to this Women Today YouTube channel. So please kindly introduce me about yourself, about the kind of work that you're doing to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
So hello everyone, myself Anita Doshi. So I'm a mother of a 12-year-old son, and before coming to this education field, or into the rather I'll say कि preschool field में आने से पहले my inspiration was my son. So जब मेरा बच्चा 6 महीने का था, I thought about कि 6 महीने का बच्चा है, क्या nurturing चाहिए उसको. So at that time I have entered into the early childhood education, and from that I got a clue कि yes, अगर मैं मेरे बच्चे पे work on कर सकती हूँ तो why not other kids, why not that benefit should be shared with other kids, and this lead me to this preschool. So just now we are owning 2 preschool, Little Millennium 2 centers, and we always believe कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एफर्ट्स फाउंडेशन ईयर पे चाहिए, एंड इसीलिए मैं फाउंडेशन ईयर पे वर्क कर रही हूँ. जस्ट नाउ आई हैव कंप्लीटेड माय काउंसलिंग सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स फ्रॉम इंडिया काउंसलिंग, एंड बाय एकेडमिकली इफ आई से तो मैंने MBA किया है, B.Ed किया है, M.Com किया है, एंड स्टिल मोर थिंग्स टू बी लर्न, बिकॉज ये सिनारियो अभी जो जनरेशन चल रही है वो डिफरेंट जनरेशन चल रही है. वी कांट होल्ड अप एंड वी कांट होल्ड ओनली वन डिग्री, बिकॉज लर्निंग शुड be on a continuous process, and definitely being an education field ये तो होना ही है. So here I am.
It's a really very wonderful introduction from you, ma'am. Yes, education field is something like which we'll be having some of the other learnings each and every day, because each and every day we'll be having something newly kind of innovated in this kind of technological world. And also the same time you told about your previous history about your son, because you have been working with your son and you're thinking like, what can I do with my son who's just 6 years old, and if I can have anything good for him in his life in a very healthier way in his education. So you found out, okay, I have done good thing to my son, so why can't I do it to other kids who need those kind of things, so that it will help them to develop in their education, and also it will help them have a very healthy and successful life. Correct. So that's why you're able to run this preschool successfully for many years. That's a great thing, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, most of the people as a parent, they'll be wondering like, why my kid should get themselves enrolled into a preschool at a very early age, and why should they go through a lot of learnings at a very young age. So at this point of time, as a founder of preschool, tell us, ma'am, what makes childhood education very important?
मैं एक बहुत ऑनेस्ट फीडबैक देना चाहती हूँ इसके ऊपर. वी आर कमिंग विथ लॉट्स ऑफ इंक्वायरीज, एंड उसमें ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स भी आते हैं. तो दे वर लाइक कि मैम 3 साल का बच्चा स्कूल में आएगा, आप क्या करवाओगे. बट रादर आई से कि 1.5 to 1.8 years old child कैन ऑल्सो एंटर इन टू द प्री स्कूल. बिकॉज ये बात क्या हो रही है, सिनारियो चेंज हो रहा है, सिचुएशन चेंज हो रही है, वर्ल्ड चेंज हो रहा है. जहाँ पे पहले जॉइंट फैमिली रहते थे, बहुत सारे बच्चे रहते थे, तो सिनारियो डिफरेंट होता था कि घर पे ही उनकी नर्चरिंग हो जाती थी. बट अभी सिनारियो क्या हो रहा है, स्पेशली इन अ मेट्रो सिटी, कि न्यूक्लियर फैमिली, बोथ द पेरेंट्स आर वर्किंग, बच्चों को स्क्रीन टाइम दे देते हैं, नो पेरेंटिंग, नो ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स एफर्ट्स आर देयर, नो वो दादा दादी की स्टोरी, जो छोटी छोटी स्टोरी जिसमें से हम लोग को इंस्पिरेशन मिल सकती है. इसीलिए आज के सिनारियो के लिए मैं ऑलवेज ये सजेस्ट करूँगी कि अगर आपका बच्चा 2 साल पे है तो प्लीज़ उनको प्री स्कूल में एंटर करवा दीजिए. एंड रादर मैं अगर रेफरेंस दूँ साइंटिफिकली, तो साइंटिफिकली अगर 0 to 6 years ओल्ड किड्स के ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो उनके 90% ब्रेन डेवलप हो जाते हैं. यानी कि 6 साल के बाद जहाँ तक हम लोग जीते हैं, जैसे कि 60 years 70 years, ओनली 10% ऑफ आवर ब्रेन इज़ गोइंग टू डेवलप. सो ये 90% ब्रेन डेवलप जो होता है 6 साल में, वेयर द क्रूशल रोल इज़ गोइंग टू प्ले. वहाँ पे आप अपने बच्चों को बहुत सारे सारी चीज़ दे सकते हो, जैसे कि n नंबर ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस, जैसे कि आप देखो तो 2 3 4 5 लैंग्वेजेस सिखा सकते हो, बिकॉज उनका ब्रेन उस तरह से डेवलप होता है। वहाँ पे आपको स्किल्स दे सकते हो, जैसे कि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग है, राइम्स है, रीडिंग प्रोग्राम है, बहुत सारी स्किल्स भी डेवलप करवा सकते हो। एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग जो मैं बहुत बिलीव करती हूँ, विच इज़ अ वैल्यू। सो वैल्यू में ऑनेस्टी आप देख लो, लव देख लो, ग्रैटिट्यूड देख लो। सो ग्रैटिट्यूड इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो ये होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है 0 to 6 years old kids में। सो येस, आई सजेस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन।
I'll just sum up the kind of things that you have said right now. Yes, of course, like before, like consider 40 years back, 4 decades back, we'll be having a very joint family, a very large family. We'll be having grandparents with us, we'll be having relatives with us, they'll be all staying in the same home. And when some of people go out, there will be people to take care of the kids.
Correct.
So at that point of time, they'll be, as you said, they'll be telling good stories, they'll be telling what to do, what not to do. They'll be educating them in some or the other way what they are actually having in their mind. They'll be having some kind of knowledge and they'll be transferring it to the kids. But nowadays, everything is totally changed. In this technological world, everybody is running after business, after different professional IT companies. We can see a lot of people running to their offices at 6 o'clock in the morning. So at this point of time, they don't have any kind of enough time to take care of the kids. And of course, as you told, 0 to 6 years old kid brain is like a sponge where it can absorb a lot of water.
Correct.
Yeah, a sponge is something like at this point of time when you immerse it into water, it will be absorbing how much ever it can.
Correct.
So in the early developmental stage, these kids brain will be like whatever things, as you said, they can even learn like 6 languages at a time, because they are something like, it's what God has given the power to the human brain at the early stage. And of course, after 60 years of age, we will not be able to learn anything because that brain development will be reduced.
Correct.
So all these kind of things matters a lot. And of course, when you bring a kid to a preschool, the more advantages I can understand is you'll be having enough time the very first time, and the second thing is that you'll be having a very safe environment so that you don't have to stress with yourself, and your kid will be learning each and every day some or the other. So
I would like to add on this point. Actually, ज़्यादातर हम लोग ये टिप्स अपने पेरेंट्स को भी देते हैं, इंक्वायरीज जो आती है, दे ऑलवेज स्टार्टेड कंप्लेनिंग कि मैम ये नहीं होता है, ये होता है, एंड विद अ नॉट कमिंग अप विद अ वर्बली, पर उनके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन भी बोलते हैं कि 6 लैंग्वेजेस। सी व्हाट इज़ द मेजर प्रॉब्लम विच इज़ गोइंग अप अबाउट दिस थिंग इज़ दैट कि पेरेंट्स की एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत बढ़ गई है। वॉट एवर एज अ बिंग एन ह्यूमन, हम लोग कुछ भी देते हैं दूसरे को तो हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन बढ़ती है कि सामने भी मुझे वही रिस्पॉन्ड मिले। तो बच्चों में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। आपकी ड्यूटी बिंग अ पेरेंट, maybe being an adult or maybe being an educator or a facilitator, our duty is that give as much as you can give to your kids and result will be there and it is going to be shown when time comes. So 6 languages के बारे में जो मैं बात कर रही थी वो यही बात कर रही थी। हमारी ड्यूटी क्या है, हमको उनको देना है। इट इज़ जस्ट एक्सपेक्टेशन मत रखिए एंड रिजल्ट इज गोइंग टू बी वंडरफुल एंड मैजिकली।
we can kind of do whatever we can at some point of time in the future in some other way. It will be helpful for the kids. Of course, we do not know what will be helpful to them right now. What are the skills we are going to teach them? We don't know how will they apply in their life.
Correct.
But at one point of time, somewhere or the other, we will be able to get to know ourselves that our child has developed into a very wonderful human being.
Yes.
That's a very wonderful thing from you, ma'am.
Yes.
So tell us, ma'am, normally people will be like, okay, there are a lot of preschools in Rajkot, and they'll be asking their friends, why should we enroll our kid to this particular preschool that you run?
Yes.
So what do you want to tell to the audience about it, and how do you think that your preschool is totally unique and different from other preschools, ma'am?
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। एक्चुअली दिस क्वेश्चन कंटिन्यूसली हमको भी आते हैं क्योंकि मैं इंक्वायरी खुद लेती हूँ इसीलिए। सो मेरा मानना ऐसा है कि जो हम लोग कंटिन्यूस एफर्ट्स डालते हैं इनोवेशन में, कंटिन्यूस एवरी ईयर वी आर गोइंग विथ अ न्यू एक्टिविटी, हम लोग वही पुरानी घिसी पिटी एक्टिविटी में फोकस नहीं करते हैं। शायद येस कंसेप्ट वही होता है, बट द वे ऑफ डिलीवरिंग दैट एक्टिविटी टू आवर किड्स इज गोइंग टू बी डिफरेंट, बिकॉज एवरी ईयर हमारे पास नए बच्चे आते हैं, न्यू माइंड सेट, न्यू किड्स एंड मोर ओवर नए इवन पेरेंट्स भी आते हैं। सो हम लोग क्या बिलीव करते हैं कि बेस कंसेप्ट तो वही रहने वाला है, पर कितना इनोवेशन कर सकते हैं दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट। विथ एड ऑन दिस पॉइंट, इवन दिस ईयर वी आर इवन फोकसिंग अबाउट स्टीम एक्टिविटी, reading skill, which is actually we are really strongly believe in that, because this age we can give whatever we want, as I've mentioned it out previously also. Even हम लोग AI based learning पे भी इस साल फोकस कर रहे हैं, एंड बच्चों के लिए AI based learning but with a screen free learning भी प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. दिस मेक चाइल्ड मोर इनोवेटिव थिंकिंग, एंड हम लोग ज़्यादातर कॉग्निटिव पे भी फोकस करते हैं. बच्चों के लिए ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि रट्टा करवा दीजिए और ABCD बोल दीजिए, 1 2 3 बोल दीजिए, या फिर कोई भी वोकैबलरी बोल दीजिए. हमारे बच्चे को वोकैबलरी का मीनिंग भी क्या होता है, व्हाट इट्स एक्चुअली मीन टू दैट वर्ड एंड हाउ टू यूज दैट वर्ड, दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. सो हम लोग रूट्स लेवल पे वर्क करते हैं. हम लोग ऊपर ऊपर वर्क नहीं करते हैं कि हाँ बच्चे को ABCD लिखना आ गया, 1 2 3 लिखना आ गया एंड पेरेंट्स को दिखा देते. नो, वी आर नॉट वर्किंग लाइक दैट. सो वी वांट दैट यहाँ से, हमारे स्कूल से जो भी बच्चा निकले, एटलीस्ट वन शुड रिमेंबर आफ्टर 10 years ऑल्सो कि येस, बिकॉज दिस कंसेप्ट मैंने लिटिल मिलेनियम से सीखा है, अनीता मैम से सीखा है, एंड दिस कंसेप्ट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज लाइक दैट. सो दैट इज मे बी we are different from other because we are working on a root level, not on a surface level. Yeah.
That's a really wonderful thing, ma'am. Of course, it takes back to my school ages, because I studied in a school where that thing that I have studied in a school like 20 years back. I'm talking about my school. So they have been doing things like a little bit like what you are doing right now.
Correct.
Because at the time what they'll be doing is they'll be giving us projects.
Correct.
I was just like only 5th standard. Projects are given only to persons like studying in 11th or 12th standard in the high school.
Correct.
So why they did to us is very simple. They wanted us to be developed in the very early stage. They wanted us to understand different types of concepts.
Yes.
So in the same way, being a founder of a preschool, so you're making sure that whatever things, as you said, you're going to the root level and you're making sure that okay, these are the things I can give my best. You, as you told, you don't want simple things to be taught to the kids. Of course, each and every preschool can do it, like 1 2 3 like ABCD, and they can just show it to the parents, and wow, yes, of course your kids can do each and everything. But going beyond it, going under it, and making sure that okay, we should make kind of kids understand, okay, this is what you're reading. Correct. So this is what you're learning, this is how you can apply your reading to some other thing.
Correct.
Actually, we can just do these things by only making them do in a very practical way, by doing a lot of activities.
Correct.
Activities, yes.
So I would like to mention that might be you are also aware, being from Tamil Nadu, that Gujarat is basically a business hub, and that's what we believe actually. And उसमें भी we are into the सौराष्ट्र. So हमारे सौराष्ट्र काठियावाड़ी में एक स्लोगन है कि भणे के ना भणे पण गणता आवड़વું જોવે. Means if you are studying or not, but logically you should aware that how to use this concept into the practical manner. So અમે લોકો ઈ જ શીખડાવી છે into the Gujarati to all my Gujarati people કે અમે લોકો ભણતા કરતા ગણતર શીખડાવી છે, અને that's what we believe actually.
Of course, that's what we have seen in many kind of things, even in movies. That movie, I think that's called 3 Idiots, the famous Amir Khan movie.
Correct.
Exactly, because that's the last scene where we can see a school run by Amir Khan. He used to do a lot of activities, make kids learn from it.
Correct.
So
and उसमें भी वो डायलॉग है ना कि सक्सेस जख मार के आएगी, आप सिर्फ फोकस करो पढ़ाई पे और सक्सेस तो जख मार के आएगी. एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर एक्चुअली गिविंग टू इन दिस फाउंडेशन ईयर.
So based on that, I am just telling like, yes, in this preschool, I am making sure that okay, our Anita Doshi ma'am is here to educate your child by making them do a lot of activities. Their brain is in a developing stage, though. Whenever they see both their eyes and brains and hands are connected to each other, and they'll be like, okay, this is what I am doing, I can apply these kind of logics in the future for my professional work. As you said, as we are right now in Rajkot in Gujarat. Basically, Gujarat is a very business area.
Correct.
A lot of business professionals are over here. So yes, of course, as you told, parents, they educate their child. They make sure that okay, even if you are not able to grab a lot of knowledge from your school education, you can make sure that you have a really wonderful logical kind
Correct.
of reasoning,
Yes,
thinking,
yes.
so that it will be helpful for them whenever they apply them in this professional business world, which will help them earn their livelihood.
Correct.
So
Very true.
that's a very wonderful
Yes,
thing from you,
yes.
ma'am. So yes, tell me, ma'am, in Rajkot, your school, you are being a founder of a preschool and your school is getting a lot of recognitions right now. So you have done a lot of achievements. So tell us, ma'am, what these kind of achievements mean really to you?
Definitely, I'm very grateful for all those achievement, whether it's on a national level or whether it's on a district level. I'm very grateful for all the agencies who have really considered us. But रियली आई वुड लाइक टू से मेरे लिए जो अचीवमेंट है वो मेरे पेरेंट्स के वर्ड्स हैं, जहाँ पे पेरेंट्स आके मुझे बोलते हैं कि मैम थैंक यू सो मच एंड बिकॉज ऑफ यू माई चाइल्ड इज़ सेटल, बिकॉज ऑफ यू मेरे बच्चे को ये सारी वैल्यूज़ का पता चल रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ यू मेरे बच्चे की फूड हैबिट सुधर गई है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ यू मुझे पता चला कि मेरा बच्चा सोशली प्रॉब्लमेटिक चाइल्ड है और मे बी ऑटिस्टिक चाइल्ड है. सो ये सारे छोटे छोटे जो वर्ड्स हैं ना, वो मेरे लिए वो अचीवमेंट या फिर रिकग्निशन से भी ज़्यादा है. बिकॉज यू नो पेरेंट्स का ट्रस्ट इज़ मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज वी आर इन टू दिस फील्ड, वी आर इन टू द सर्विस फील्ड, राइट. उसमें भी हम लोग इतने छोटे एंड यू नो फ्रेजाइल चीज़ को हम लोग जो टच कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनका पूरा फ्यूचर हमारे ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, बिकॉज वी आर एक्चुअली इन टू देयर फाउंडेशन ईयर. अगर इस ईयर पे हम लोग उसको जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं, इस ईयर पे हम लोग उसको बेस्ट क्वालिटी दे रहे हैं, देन बिल्डिंग तो आगे बढ़ने ही वाली है. सो हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं वो बेस से वर्क कर रहे हैं. जितना स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस रहेगा उतनी अच्छी बिल्डिंग रहेगी. एंड वी कैन ऑलवेज से, मुझे काफ़ी सारे यू नो हमारे रिलेटिव्स है, सोशल भी हम लोग बताते, ओ आप तो है ना प्ले हाउस चलाते हो. बट वो यू नो जो बोलने का वे होता है कि इट इज़ लाइक वेरी ईजी जॉब टू बी डन एक्चुअली, कि प्ले हाउस इज़ नॉट अ चैलेंजिंग जॉब. बट आई वुड लाइक टू से कि वी आर एक्चुअली मोस्ट क्रूशल रोल प्लेइंग फॉर दिस सोसाइटी, एंड वी आर एक्चुअली मेकिंग द फ्यूचर ऑफ आवर किड्स. सो इंडिया का फ्यूचर एक्चुअली हमारे हाथ में है, प्री स्कूलर टीचर्स के हाथ में है, हमारे फैसिलेटर के हाथ में है. सो यू कांट इग्नोर दैट. एंड जब पेरेंट्स आके बोलते हैं ना, दैट इज़ माई बिगेस्ट अचीवमेंट which I would like to say.
Of course, that's a very wonderful kind of achievement, because whenever our soul feels satisfied for the kind of work that we do, especially when it's told by others, then it will be like we really feel that we are doing a very wonderful work. Of course, people will be like, okay, if we are doing any work in any department, if anybody is coming to us and if they say that because of your work I am able to get a very successful kind of life, then I'll be satisfied. Okay, I am being a human being, I am doing genuinely good, and this is what makes each and of course ultimately each and every human beings are souls. So as being a soul in a human body, we always need some kind of satisfaction in this world. When we are born, we should do some kind of things which is actually will help and which will actually help others life also. Correct. So you being a founder of a preschool, you are making sure that you make the kids brain develop in the early stage in a very successful manner, so that when your kids who are enrolled under you as a student, when they reach their 20 years or 25 years of age, they'll be coming to you and they'll be telling like, ma'am, do you remember me? Because of you yes.
That is actually a biggest achievement. You know, my son, make lots of things like fun, right? Saturday, Sunday, जब हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं, and if I'll get any of the parents and they appreciate कि मैम मेरा बच्चा अभी 5th standard में है and he's the number 1 top में रहता है स्कूल पे, because वहाँ पे आपने अच्छी तरह से लिखवाया था, अच्छी तरह से पढ़ाया था. My son says, मम्मा अगर तुमने if you are not meeting your parents, no आपको खाना हजम नहीं होता है. You need that compliment. I always say to my son, actually, beta, this is not a compliment, this is a positive feedback, is a food for us. It makes and it gives us hope that yes, and we are into some really a good profession where we are doing something nice. Because जहाँ पे मैं tireless working रहता है hours, maybe morning 9 to afternoon 4, I work at school, but वो 4 बजे तक मुझे थकान नहीं लगती है. वो फिजिकल थकान येस डेफिनेटली लगती है, बट मेंटली थकान नहीं लगती है. क्यों नहीं लगती है? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस अचीवमेंट. जब पेरेंट्स आके एक वर्ड बोलते हैं ना, थैंक यू मैम, बिकॉज ऑफ यू हम लोग यहाँ पे, एंड इट्स give peace to our soul actually. So that is what I would like to say.
So yeah, also you were telling that most of the parents and most of the people, they'll be simply thinking like, okay, you are just enrolling your kid into a simple preschool. What a preschool can do to a kid, handling kids is very easy. So that's not a great thing to do, achieve or something like that. But to be frank, handling kids is the very toughest job in the world, because consider if a person is coming to you, and if anybody tells you that you should actually guide this person, make them learn these kind of concepts, you can actually teach these kinds of concepts, they'll be easily able to learn, because they know what's the basic. But you're doing, as you said in the beginning, you are doing the basement. In the basement there is nothing is there, only you have to do each and everything. So people's consider, if they are enrolling their kid to a school, consider one day if they come and see what's happening, then they will be understanding what's happening. Consider if you come to a preschool, you can see many kids asking different questions, we can't be able to answer what we should supposed to say. Consider a kid will be coming to you and they'll be asking like, why this pencil is very long,
Correct.
why should
You can't predict our kids because they like come up like into that way. Ma'am, why this sun is in the sky? You know, this kind of a question that is also we are getting, and we have to be very spontaneous. So rather I'll say कि it is better, because previously अगर मैं देखूँ तो my background was I was teaching 11-12 standard commerce kids. So वहाँ पे मैं prepare करके पढ़ा सकती थी. But ये बच्चे को तो मैं कुछ prepare, because their imagination is different. They come up with every day with a new question. Why this ice cream is melting? That kind of a question is coming. Why this ice cream is only of pink color? Why can't be black color? And lot many questions gives us new learning, and that's why I've told you okay, learning should not be stopped by any of the educator. That's what I mean.
So that's what I am again telling. Teaching kids, I think that's the toughest job, because we have to make them believe. Belief is the first thing we should do, and we should provide a logical understanding so that they will accept. Otherwise, they won't accept till they no, I won't accept because the sun is in the sky. But why we are down? Because sun is hanging there. Why we can't hang over us? These are the all things. The basement, if we keep it strong, then we can just put a good foundation in the future. I mean, a greater building in the future. So that's how you are being a founder of a preschool. You are just making sure that these are the things which we should teach the kids. And also tell us, ma'am, being a founder of a preschool, being an educator, you're also providing job opportunities for women as well. So tell us about the kind of opportunities that you provide the women's, so that it will make them earn their livelihood by doing the job that you're creating for them, ma'am.
So I'll be a little bit biased on this point. Actually, being a woman, we always support women entrepreneur or maybe women empowerment. I'm proud to say, and I'm proud to tell you that we are actually giving an opportunity, earning opportunity more than 100 women's in our both the preschool center, right? And I'm proud that even our security is a woman. Okay, so little bit into the partial again, males are not allowed in our preschool until and unless if they are into the inquiry. But joke apart, yes, I always believe that if we got such a huge opportunity, इतना बड़ा base है मेरे पास, इतनी ज़्यादा resources है, तो why not use that resources जहाँ पे किसी का भला हो मतलब who is actually getting some opportunity. So yes, that's why we believe के women's अगर यहाँ पे आ रही है, कुछ earn कर रही है, and बहुत सारे हमारे पास ये भी examples है कि कहीं कहीं की हमारे आया दीदीज है, उनकी सैलरी से एक्चुअली घर चल रहा है. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू स्पेसिफाई दिस थिंग ऑल्सो दैट बहुत सारे टीचर्स हमारे पास ये भी आते हैं कि इट इज़ नॉट ओनली द अर्निंग मनी बट इट इज़ गेनिंग सम रिस्पेक्ट ऑल्सो. बहुत सारे हमारे पास ऐसे भी एग्जाम्पल है जो टीचर्स एक्चुअली दे आर हैविंग सम डिजीज़, they are having some medical condition, and because with this toddlers जो हमारे बच्चों के आजू बाजू में रहते हैं, उससे उसकी बीमारी भी ठीक हुई है. They have stopped taking all these medicines also. So I am really proud that हम लोग yes definitely directly indirectly finance तो हम लोग help कर ही रहे हैं, but even we are helping our all the teachers to gain the respect एक सोसाइटी में कि येस आई एम वर्किंग, मेंटल पीस भी दे रहे हैं, एंड समवॉट वी आर हेल्पिंग देम इनटू देयर हेल्थ कंडीशंस आल्सो. यस.
So first of all, the very first thing which entered my mind is, whenever we are around kids are naturally like positive beings.
Correct.
they don't have any kind of negative things like the normal average human being, because a normal average human is something like they would have gone through a lot of situations, difficult situations, tougher situations, even healthy good life situations, happy situations, but their brain is like, okay, I don't know what to believe. So at this point of time they'll be having a lot of negative, positive, or mixed kind of things. But kids are something like fresh brains.
Correct.
They consider us as their whole world.
Yes.
So at this point of time, whenever a person who is having a lot of things that they're going through their life, consider the toughest era, as you told, like most of the women's, like as you told, a good example, like a woman was suffering from certain kind of diseases, and when they were around kids, they were able to kind of make go of the medicines that they're having, and they're having a very wonderful kind of changes in their life, because once the kid is entering into their life, once they're being able to go around with them, it's impacting them a lot, and it's generating a positive vibration for both the school kids and also the women.
Yes.
So I think this is the very first thing which is running in women. And the second thing is, of course, you are helping a lot of women. You are making sure that each and every employee under you are women, so that you will be able to kind of provide whatever your soul wants to do in this world, because each and every soul has some kind of purpose that they want to do, and you always wanted kids to learn some new concepts, and also you wanted women to actually grow better in their life by providing them an employment, so that it will be like good for them and also for good for you too, so that you'll be satisfied that you're doing something good to the society.
Correct.
That's a very wonderful thing, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, you are being a mother, an entrepreneur, and also an educator.
Yes.
So tell us, ma'am, what are the challenges that you face normally, and what are the things that you feel actually unique that you wanted to tell to the people in this interview, ma'am?
So definitely it was very difficult to balance all these three things, but because of my family, even I would like to say my my mother, father, my son, my husband Chirag Doshi, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, because of them this thing is not possible. I would like to mention कि जहाँ पे बोलते हैं कि behind every successful man there is a woman, but मेरे केस में ये थोड़ा अलग चल रहा है, because मेरे केस में ऐसा है कि behind one successful female there is a family, and especially my husband, he supported me very well. I have gone through with an endless tiring day coming back to home, and उसमें भी मुझे comfort zone मिलता है because of my son and mother-in-law कि mama you just rest, I know you had a tiring day throughout the day, and in case of many events, the major events which is sports day, annual function, my family supports me in each and every factor. They don't see this is the school and you are the face and your responsibility, but no, behind my back I got my family and my 100 teachers which give me boost. Okay, yes, whatever you are doing very correctly. So initially काफ़ी स्टार्टिंग में मुझे ऐसा थॉट था कि हाँ प्री स्कूल है, कितना ही चैलेंजिंग जॉब होगा, कितना ही चैलेंजिंग थिंग्स होगा, बट वेरी फर्स्ट ईयर आई हैव वर्कड मॉर्निंग 8 to evening 9, एंड जब मेरा बच्चा मैंने बोला कि 4 years का था, तब my son says it's okay mama, it's okay, you are doing very good thing, and this one word makes me happy, and my all challengings is getting sorted out with this word only. So yes, I would like to say and give all this my successful careers credit to my family, so that makes me more stronger actually.
I am able to understand that you are a very blessed human, ma'am, because yes, of course, getting support from our family members is something like which most of the people in today's world they want to have a lot, so that it will help them have a lot of success in the future, because we need to have someone patting behind us, so that we will be having encouraged, so that we will be able to continue to our journey. And also you are saying that your son is encouraging you a lot. Of course, mom, please don't worry, please, I can understand that you're a little bit tired, I can just continue with this. That's actually showing the foundation that you must have put into your son as a 6-year-old, because you have made sure that okay, human beings will be going through a lot of things. When they are going to their professional work, they will be coming back to the homes with a lot of stress, and also at the same time they should have a lot of work things left out to be done in the evening. And only because of your proper teaching to your 6-year-old son. After 6 years, when he is right now like around 12 years of old, he is making sure that okay, our mom should have been going through a lot of struggles. We should actually support her. So this is how we can actually prove that you are the best founder of a preschool, because if you can put this one as a thing to your 12-year-old kid, then you can just put it to any year-old kid. So that's a great achievement from you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So also tell us, ma'am, we have been hearing that you are developing a new brand called Kinora.
Yes.
So what's the story behind this brand called Kinora, ma'am?
So Kinora is not only a word, it is like, my dream project. Not only for me, for my husband actually, because after starting in this, academic, educational field, now he's also starting taking an interest, okay, yes, what is the benefit that we are providing to the society. So together we developed the brand called Kinora, which is very special to me. Over here, we are actually not at all developing their academic, but we are actually developing their all-rounder skill, overall skill. We're not focusing on ABCD. It's like not an extra only activity, but it is actually a club that we would like to develop, where child can come and explore the new things, like maybe a new techniques called robotics, maybe fine art of drawings, maybe dancing, maybe public speaking, maybe entrepreneurial skills, financial literacy, and yes, not to forget my favorite thing, which is actually a routine table manners and a cooking skills. I really don't want that now, people in the society, one should bifurcate whether you are girl or a boy. Whether you are a girl, whether you are a boy, you should be aware about everything. Even girl can learn robotics, and even boy can be a good chef, and that what even I'll do for in a practical life at my home, कि घर पे भी मेरा बच्चा है, मैं उसको बोलती हूँ चलो this is now your time to wind up, maid नहीं आए, you have to help mama in drying all the clothes, winding up the things, and he happily do actually. So this Kinora brand, or rather I can say it's an activity club where we are going to develop each and every skill of a child. See, academic part, science, SS, maths is a mandatory for a child, but that doesn't make them more reasoning, they doesn't give them a more reasoning power. But all the skills which we would like to develop, which can be any of the skill, which make them a greater, rather a simple person to a greater person, and that the bridge, what is going to be like a normal person, normal child to the great child or a best child, the bridge I would like to cover it up from this Kinora brand.
So yeah, that's a very wonderful kind of thing that you're going to provide to the society, because a very simple sentence, a very simple thoughts in every human minds, especially people in India, they'll be thinking like, okay, my son has graduated in this department, consider it maybe college or anything, something like that, but he doesn't know how to handle financial literacy.
Correct. Yes. I was just in a very short, I have just done this trial and error with my child. I always say how to make him learn financial literacy. तो उसमें मैंने उसके साथ एक गेम खेलती थी. एवरी मंथ ममा यूज टू गिव यू 200 रुपीज़ एज अ पॉकेट मनी, मंथली देती थी मैं, जब वो 7 years का था. बट उसमें वो भी एक चीज़ थी कि यू कैन स्पेंड दैट 200 रुपीज़ वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट, बट अगर बेटा आप 200 रुपीज़ ये सेव करोगे ना, ममा गिव यू अ रिवॉर्ड ऑफ 100 रुपीज़. सो उससे उसको पता चला कि येस पैसे क्या होते हैं, व्हाट इज़ देयर इम्पोर्टेंस, बचाए भी जाते हैं एंड स्पेंड भी किए जाते हैं. आई लिटरली टॉक विथ माई सन अबाउट SIP. मैं मेरे बच्चों के साथ, मैं मेरे चाइल्ड के साथ, आहान के साथ SIP के बारे में भी बात करती हूँ, उसके बैंक अकाउंट में कितने रुपीज़ है, बैलेंस है, उसके बारे में भी बात करती हूँ. एंड अननेसेसरीली अगर वो कोई डिमांड करता है, जैसे अभी वो टीनेज में आ गया, ही इज़ हैविंग लॉट्स ऑफ डिमांड, हाँ, जैसे उसको क्रिकेट का बहुत शौक है, 1 bat इज़ फाइन, 2 bat इज़ फाइन, बट इफ़ इज़ डिमांडिंग मोर देन 2 bat, आई से चलो बेटा मम्मा तो अपने आपके बैंक के अकाउंट से ले लेंगे, देन इट्स योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. एंड आई लिटरली डू दैट. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द पेरेंट्स एंड ऑल द लिसनर कि financial literacy is very important. Yes, we are blessed with the finance and we have just now all the facility and so that even listeners also. But बच्चों को वो awareness करवाना कि पैसे क्या होते हैं, because future you can't predict. You can't forget corona. You can't forget earthquake. You can't forget uncertainty situation which is coming in our life. So वहाँ पे ये बच्चे जिसने ये practical problem solve की होगी वो stable कर पाएंगे.
That's very wonderful kind of thing, as I mentioned already, ma'am. Because, yes, consider a kid whenever they are enrolled into any school, consider it may be any age, any standard, in a high school or even in a kind of 8th or 9th standard, something like that. Most of the people, they'll be learning maths, science, and everything. But at the end of their life, consider if they are after the college, they'll be thinking like, what I have learned, I have not learned anything. They have told me to learn algebra, they have told me to learn calculus and something like that. But I can't know how to apply all these kind of things in life. But the main thing which we should actually teach our children is the financial literacy, because you told that not only financial literacy, you are teaching a lot of different departments like robotics and different things. But the very first thing which impressed me a lot is this financial literacy, because as you told, you were teaching your son SIP. SIP is something like whenever they learn, because nowadays people after 25 years they are doing all these kind of things. You are making sure that your son at an early age they can understand the kind of thing, the power of finance, because as you told that if you want to buy your own things, then you should know how to manage money. Of course, you're telling that okay, you're going to give a reward to your son when they're able to save the money. The thing is that you're not only teaching to save the money, but you're also telling how to use the money. Because when they know what is the right time, what is the right thing we should invest, then everything falls into place. If they know that okay, this is not the thing that we are going to invest, this is not good for us, then they'll make that money save for them. Why we should save? Only to use it whenever we are in the important scenario. So we're making sure that we are saving it and we are just directing it to use it in the right point. So I think this scenario, I think it will be a great success in the future, because these are the things which people expect. Because always parents will be thinking like, my son is not learning anything from the school. But if they know about these kind of things, they'll be able to have a genuine trust, ma'am.
Yes, learning, definitely school role is to teach them, but how to apply that we are going to teach in the Kinora. So that's what I would like to brief about this thing.
Application, that's what even in your preschool you're doing with the activities, the application of the knowledge. So in this Kinora, I'm sure that you'll be able to make people in the future, they'll be having a lot of financial literacy and an extra knowledge by which they can actually make themselves perfect a successful career in the future.
Correct.
That's a great thing, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, being a founder of a preschool in Rajkot, so what will be your vision for the next 5 years, upcoming 5 years, ma'am?
So we have a very simple mission that we would like to develop kids future. एंड किड्स फ्यूचर हम लोग कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हैं, जहाँ पे उसका फाउंडेशन ईयर है. ओके, सो हम लोग चाहते हैं कि राजकोट के जितने भी बच्चे 0 to 6 years ओल्ड में फॉल होते हैं, वो सबको हम लोग केटर करना चाहते हैं विथ हैविंग, येस डेफिनेटली विथ अ मोर सेंटर. वी कांट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू द 2 centers. सो वी डेफिनेटली कम अप विथ अ मोर सेंटर्स. एंड हमारा एक ही मिशन है कि हमारे बच्चे फ्यूचर रेडी हो, कॉन्फिडेंट हो एंड प्रैक्टिकली सभी चीज़ को फेस करने के लिए रेडी हो. इट कैन बी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, इट कैन बी इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ स्टीम एक्टिविटी, वेदर इट्स अ रीडिंग प्रोग्राम और वेदर इट्स अ फेसिंग एनी काइंड ऑफ एन प्रॉब्लम. सो दैट इज़ माई एक्चुअली सिंपल मिशन कि बच्चे कॉन्फिडेंट होने चाहिए. एकेडमिक येस डेफिनेटली इम्पॉर्टेंट है, बट वो लॉजिकली कैसे अप्लाई होना चाहिए वो मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो बच्चे सीख जाए और मेरा मिशन सक्सेसफुल हो जाए.
So I can understand one simple thing, that you are making sure that humans in the future, they are having a survival kind of things that they should actually have, because survival is the best thing which we can teach to our kid. If they are away from us and if they are able to make sure that they can survive in whatever situations that they are facing in their life, then as a parent, as an educator, as a teacher, we never need to worry about our kid, because they are in the safe hands. And also tell us, ma'am, if there would be one legacy that you would leave behind your work, what would that be, ma'am?
डेफिनेटली मैं जितना हो सके आई वुड लाइक टू वर्क विद दिस एंड आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू मिस दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट मुझे ये चाहिए कि लोग मुझे इस तरह से याद करें कि इसको मैंने ये अवार्ड दिया था और इसके पास किनोरा ब्रांड है और इसके पास लिटिल मिलेनियम की ब्रांड है. मुझे ये चाहिए कि कभी भी आफ्टर 10 years और मे बी आफ्टर 15 years लोग मुझे याद करें तो उस हिसाब से याद करें कि यस, ये बंदी ने, ये लेडी ने, ये इंसान ने मेरे बच्चों के ऊपर ये इफ़ेक्ट डाला था. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पर्सन माई चाइल्ड लाइफ इज़ मोर सिक्योर. वी आर क्वाइट सेटिस्फाइड एंड दैट वॉट आई वॉन्ट कि मुझे पेरेंट्स इस हिसाब से याद करें.
So I think that's the wonderful legacy. Yes. That's really great, ma'am. Because yes, I have been speaking you from the beginning to the end right now. So it's a lot of things that you're really a genuine soul. Because you always wanted to do something to the kids. You always wanted to make something which will be useful for them in the future.
Yes.
That's a wonderful thing, ma'am. Yes. So right now we are going into rapid fire questions, ma'am. I'll be asking you a lot of rapid questions.
Very excited for that.
So you should be answering like what immediately comes to your mind. You should not be thinking any second. You'll be answering like immediately what's coming to your mind.
That no problem.
Okay, fine. So one word that describes who you are.
Confident.
Your biggest strength.
Persistence.
Okay, your favorite role.
Mother, definitely. Ended.
So one thing every child should learn in their life.
Confident, to be more confident in your life. Whatever they do should be confident.
Yes, confidence is very important. That's the basic thing. Yes. So one thing every parent should do.
Should spend quality time with their kids. You know, if they are spending 10 minutes, it should be perfectly fine, but should be quality time.
So being with your kids, that too in a quality time is very important. That's also the biggest foundation that you can do. So one dream for Rajkot.
I want that Rajkot should be, education hub for early childhood education. That is actually my dream.
That's a great thing. And your mission?
My mission is that each and every child should be confident, independent, and whatever they are doing in their future, they'll get lots and lots of success.
Your legacy?
My legacy is to, remember all my parents with that way that, yes, this lady has done something for my child, should be remembered in that way. Not in the form of Anita Doshi or a Little Millennium Preschool owner or a Kinora, but as being a person, that what efforts she has made in their kids' life actually.
That's really a very wonderful legacy. Of course, each and every human being should have something like this because you can follow from Anita Doshi, ma'am, because only your soul is satisfied. Then everything will be falling into place. That's a great thing, ma'am.
Correct.
So, yes, ma'am. One final question for this interview is very simple. So, via this interview, if you want to tell any kind of message to the audience who are watching this interview right now, what would be that one message, ma'am?
Definitely, I would like to tell one simple message to all the parents who is listening this podcast that see, each and every child is unique. Okay, please do not compare your child to other kids. Number one, उनके पास पूरा potential है खुद को develop करने का. They just need your push up. Don't compare with other kids. Okay, अगर आप compare नहीं करोगे, वो जो है उसको ही रहने दोगे, चेंज करने की कोशिश नहीं करोगे, तब आप देखना कि आपका बच्चा कैसे ब्लूम कर रहा है. दैट इज़ मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. एंड विथ योर स्मॉल एफर्ट्स, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि पेरेंट्स आर बिजी, मदर एंड फादर मे बी बोथ आर वर्किंग, father is also working and mother is also busy with some of the household work, but आपका वो 10 मिनट का quality time बच्चे को कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँचा देगा. See, marks do not keep only marks as in measurement. Marks plus minus होते रहते हैं, बट जो वैल्यूज़ वो डेवलप करेंगे, वो जो स्किल्स डेवलप करेंगे, दैट इज़ मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. जहाँ पे उसको ऐसा लगेगा कि नहीं, मेरे में एक कॉन्फिडेंट होना चाहिए, आई शुड बी ग्रेटफुल टू अदर्स हु हैज़ गिवन मी लॉट मैनी थिंग्स, आई शुड शो सम लव टूवर्ड्स माई फैमिली, टूवर्ड्स अदर फ्रेंड्स, वो सारी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें उसको एक अच्छा इंसान बना देंगे. मार्क्स एक जस्ट मेजरमेंट होता है, Do not focus on your marks, okay? And last but not the least, I would, like to thank to you, Krishna sir, for coming all the way from Tamil Nadu and, shooting with us. And, I would really, this is the best opportunity where I can show my, gratitude towards my husband, Chirag Doshi, towards my family, towards my son. Because of them I am here. So yes, and stay connect with us for more things, and I hope we are, going to come back with other podcast also. So thank you so much, sir, for coming all the way over here. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that message was really powerful. Of course, each and every people should not leave their kids in the dark, because they always want, kids are our whole world. For kids, parents are the whole world. They want to spend quality time. That's the very wonderful message. If one can actually make sure that no need to worry about marks, I'm not worrying about your academics, I just want to worry about you. Only you're happy, then I am happy. That's a great wonderful message. And also, yes, people who are watching this interview right now, please do subscribe to our Women Today YouTube channel. Please do click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today's your host is Krishna, the founder of Women Today YouTube channel, hosting this wonderful interview. And today's our interviewer, our guest is from Rajkot, Gujarat, and her name is Anita Doshi, ma'am. She is the founder of a preschool. So thank you once again, ma'am, for accepting me to host this very wonderful interview. We had a lot of great conversations regarding preschool and a lot of good things that you are doing to the kids. Yes. So thank you once again, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. Have a nice day. That's a wrap.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, audience. Thank you.